You okay with that, taking that up?
Yeah, absolutely, so agree.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. If we'll start with roll call, Tammy, please.
Okay, Mr. Kerrigan,
Here.
Mr. Kreese,
Here.
Mr. Elsey.
Here.
Mr. Fasagi,
Here.
Mr. Cox is absent, Mr. Henderson is absent as well.
All right, looks like we just have one topic of business tonight, and just for a reminder to the public, there's not a lot of public back there, but we're an advisory board. We review the work of planning and zoning, and we pass this on to the city. The ultimate decision is made by the city of Mexico Beach. So first we have Salt Creek Phase 2 final plat approval, and I think Elizabeth Moore with Anchor is gonna come up and talk to us about that.
So Anchor has reviewed the plat itself just against the technical requirements of the planned unit development that this was created under. We didn't see any items of concern that are in the final plat. We did talk to Chris as far as getting we did talk to Dewberry about getting an approval from a certified surveyor because Florida statute requires certain items be on the final plat, and he says that they have had that reviewed by a surveyor and that their signature will be on the final plat, confirming that the plat does conform to the Florida statutes. So we did not see any reason not to recommend. I will say Mr. Sloan did notice a clause on there that needs to be struck from the cover page, but
Yeah, the dedication clause that there are two dedications of utilities easements. The bottom one I think needs to be stricken, and I think Mr. Short agreed that should be the case. So
And where's that?
on the dedication language here on the side, you have the dedication here to the HOA and then utility providers, and then you have utility providers again down here in the next one also. So I think it should be, the bottom one should probably be deleted.
Okay. Anything else, Elizabeth?
that's it. Short and sweet.
Anything from Chris?
Yeah, just to confirm what Elizabeth said, there is a surveyor's certificate on the cover page. This has been reviewed by Wade Brown for conformance to Florida statute, chapter 177, I think. And it says it on there, so yeah, that's right. The only change from the preliminary plat that was approved for this is the dimensions of the townhome lots themselves. I think the original plat showed that the interior units were 21.67 or something like that foot wide, but they're narrowing it down to 20 foot just strictly to suit a product for the builder. That only results in a net decrease of impervious area from the original approved preliminary plat. And then, yeah, I think the only other thing, Mr. Sloan and I, spoke about that last paragraph in the dedications, and that will be struck before we print it to the Mylar for the final plat with all the signatures. So that's all I got, but if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Last one here, Chris. So actually, for the record, I went down there today and I met with John. He said he's your dirt guy.
Our dirt guy?
Yeah, that's what he said. Dude, I wanted to go out and look at where the storm water and all the stuff was going
Sure.
in the three things, but the wind was blowing so hard that dirt was blowing everywhere.
Okay.
But I looked, and my question was, and I heard you talk to Mr. Sloan about this, that parking here. Not parking, but your
Park.
park.
Yeah.
Because I went to look at that, and I asked him about the sidewalks and if there was any parking around there, but I guess this is going to be a piece of land sitting there?
Well, that's what I was asking him about.
Yeah, it's just an open green space park area. The PUD requires that for every, so many units or acreage, I can't remember how it's worded, that there would be dedicated public park area. So that's what that's gonna be.
So that's going to be the city of Mexico Beach to maintain that.
Correct.
Correct.
Paying that
It's
part.
dedicated to the
Correct.
city. But the problem is, there's no parking.
Yeah, there is no parking there. I asked him about that. There's absolutely no parking in that area whatsoever.
So I don't think, I don't have the plans in front of me, but I do believe that there is parking on the development plans. Those type of improvements typically aren't shown on the plat, since the plat is strictly about land and dedications and rights. But I believe we do have parking shown on the approved BO plans for that part.
Yeah, the parking would have to be on that plot right there because you already have the curbing all the way around that.
Right.
And the two roads are there and they're actually getting ready to pave one of the roads tomorrow. So the only place parking could actually go would be on that plot itself.
Correct, yeah, and then I think that in the development plan, I want to say it's on the north side, but there was parking included in the development order plans for that.
And then you can include parking then in your description.
Yeah, I can't read all that, but I'll say that.
And
Green space / park, and I'll just make a note with associated parking.
or even green space / parking.
All right.
Any idea what the rough estimate is on parking spaces planned for that square of land on the map?
I do not have the development order plans in front of me,
Well,
so I can,
yeah, just curious, there is, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a statement in our PDC that says certain percentage, or certain something has to have X number of parking spaces, so I guess we just have to follow that.
Have you looked at that? Have you seen their DO application?
I have seen their DO application, but I don't remember that, I know we read through it, but I don't remember it specifically addressing that. Yes, you're correct, it does have to have a specific number of parking for that, so. But as Chris stated, that wouldn't show up on this, but,
But that would have to happen before development order, is that correct?
yes.
correct, that would have been part of the development order process, and that's why I don't have the actual plans with me, I apologize, but.
Okay. All right.
So parking would be in the dedication.
Correct, yeah, I made a note there, yep.
And on the drawing itself also.
So the preference would be to show the actual, just an outline of it?
No, I'm, the word parking. if it's-
Oh, gotcha, right, green space.
It's on there, right? It's microscopic. but
Yeah, if it's in here, I
If
can't.
it says green space / something, it should say / parking.
Okay. We can make that change.
Tammy, the plans get brought to the city yet?
No.
I was Friday when I went down to pick up my packet, I wanted to look at the big plans for this, the layout, and they said they didn't have them yet. Do you know if that was delivered, it said it was gonna be delivered Monday?
Which was today, not that I'm, no, it was not that
Okay.
I'm aware of.
Is this as big as you delivered, Mr. Short, big plans? They don't have the big.
Everything's been done electronically for this, but we can plot out hard copies and drop them off for people who want to look at the plans.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because
Yeah.
I tried to find it, just to look at the overall picture of everything that's being done, and nobody has it.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, everything's been done electronically, but we can have a copy of the plans dropped off at City Hall.
So you would be asking the P&Z for a motion to recommend the approval of the Salt Creek and Mexico Beach Phase 2 plat with the corrections.
With the corrections that we discussed, that is correct.
All right, that's it for Chris. We'll open it up for public discussion. Let's see if anyone from the public would like to come up. And do you know what to state?
Lisa Logan, Mexico Beach.
I just have one question. So there will be a development order coming after this, or is, I'm confused again. So we have, no development order, that's already been done,
That's correct.
okay. So this goes straight to starting to build.
Final plat approval. Is that correct?
Well, this just officially subdivides the land and does all of that. You know, there's other approvals, building permits and such that would have to be done prior to actually building.
Okay,
This is just a land.
okay,
But the development land's already been approved. and
Correct.
moving.
The development
Gotcha.
order and preliminary plat have already been approved. This is just the.
okay,
yeah.
gotcha, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me open it up for discussion among the board here. Is there any other discussion?
Questions for me?
No? You have any questions? Ed?
Yeah, it's just the parking, that was it.
All right. I don't have any. This appears it was permitted through Florida DEP and back on October 28th, 2022 is the research that I saw. So would anyone like to make a motion to recommend approval of Salt Creek Phase 2 plat with the corrections that we discussed?
I'll make that motion, but the recommendations, if you'll enunciate those again before I just say it.
The deletion of the last sentence above the signature line on the dedication and the redesignation of the green space / parking instead of park.
I'll make that motion.
Louise made a motion with those two corrections. Do we have a second?
Second motion.
We have a second? So, Ms.
Okay,
City Clerk, we have a motion and a second.
okay. Mr. Kreis,
Yes.
Mr. Elzey,
Yes.
Mr. Kasagi,
Yes.
Mr. Kerrigan.
Yes. Okay. With that concluded, I don't see that we have any other business. All right. Motion to adjourn?
Yes. Motion to adjourn, second.
Okay, whatever.